over this last week, we've seen. I know it's gonna sound like I'm on the American agenda, but this last week you saw Trump get banned on Twitter, Facebook, all these different things, and I was just thinking, I was like, okay. Initially, I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, finally, this guy needs to get the fuck off and stop inciting shit. But I started thinking, what effects would that have in the grand scale globally? Because I've understood social media, especially these American-based social media sites, that they are essentially not biased, they're neutral. They would essentially stay away from any form of politics or stay away from siding of one side of politics. Because usually the platform hosts all those different kind of people, so it'll be unfair or it'll look really weird if they prefer one side of the aisle than the other, essentially. And a lot of people have interpreted this whole banning of Trump to be them showing a bias towards one side. So I was thinking, like, in terms of outside, like us Kenyans, fucking Mongolians, whatever, all these different countries that have democratic states, this move of Twitter essentially choosing a side make them want to ban these American-based websites from their countries? Because that then means that they would. There's a chance that they, as the company, would choose a side outside of the current government that's occurring. Like, let's say, for example, here, if Twitter decided to side with guys who are anti Uhuru Kenyatta and stuff, would that not incite something? Because they essentially have shown a side, where in a sense they're supposed to show neutral and allow all these people to have this conversation. So, what do you think? Do you think they'll be implemented? It'll have an impact like that, or is just, am I looking at life through a gloomy glass bottle?
Why was he banned?
Because he's chatting shit, I guess, or they believed his words incited his fan base or his group of people to believe that, one, the election was rigged, and two, it allowed.
Did you just say fan base?
I did. Man's a reality star. I feel like you have to.
He has more fan base than political. Okay.
Yeah,
affiliations. Yeah.
And some of those words may have allowed or made people believe that going to the capital itself, which is in itself treasonous crime to America. So that's essentially why he was banned. That essentially inciting those acts.
Okay. First of all, I would like to get this off the table. Twitter has policies. Matter of fact, all social media sites have policies.
Yeah.
No matter who you are, when you breach those policies, there are consequences. And you don't have to be a popular leader, or like, you don't have to be like the most. Are you bleeding?
Huh?
No. It's fine.
Oh.
It's fine. You don't have to be like an influencer. You don't even have to have more than 1,000 followers or friends.
Yeah.
If you breach, you will be
Kicked out.
Yes. Also, I'd love to get this clear. By banning, do you mean he was restricted from using it for a specific period of time?
They've said indefinitely.
So that means he may never get back on the platform.
They may never get on the platform now.
I don't think that he's the only person who has been indefinitely put off Twitter.
But in terms of his position as a head of state,
the only reason why this sounds like a hot topic is because of that, the title that he comes with.
Head of state. But
Yes.
there's actually a set of guidelines that head of states have above us, normal users.
I
I have
and
to, my phone's being used.
it's okay. And I think those guidelines are there because of their position in the society. Like they have more.
No, but the thing is, I get why. I understand why they did it. But I was just thinking, is it their place to do it?
Yes, because it's their platform. If someone came into your house and started breaking cutlery, no matter how understanding you are, they're just taking plates and throwing them to the floor, you're going to take action.
Yeah.
No? Right? Or if you're a tenant and you owned an apartment building and one of your tenants is painting all the walls, they haven't bought the apartment, they're leasing it, and they suddenly decide to paint all the walls red, you will step in.
You have to step in.
Yeah. So I think same thing. If no matter your title, if you're operating under a person's jurisdiction and lawfully speaking, they have the power to punish you or reprimand you. If you breach those agreements, then it doesn't matter who you are. You are going to get the consequences of your actions.
True.
Right? I do understand the nuance of it. So the nuance is, okay, this is a first world leader and they have, they need to be unbiased and all that. I understand that. But I would pause the question. If a dictator was gonna constantly take Trump out of the picture, just put another face there, and the same people crying wolf, oh my God, this is, this is a very biased decision. If those people were aware of another person in power doing almost what he is doing, would they still stand aside and go like, okay, it's fine. He is expressing himself and his, right to self-expression or something.
Free speech.
Free speech, thank you.
I think first, let's say, yes, I think him being the head of state of the most powerful country in the nation in the world has some say. But so for me, I feel that despite what he said, they shouldn't have. I really, it's gonna sound weird. I don't think they should have banned him. First of all, let me just say, I don't support Trump. I think it's great what he did. Like what Twitter did was good, but I don't think they should have done it. I believe I can have that point of view.
I also know that I have friends who are Trump supporters.
Yes, we have a mutual one.
Yeah. Oh shit, we have a mutual friend who's a Trump supporter. Do I know them?
Yes.
Very personally?
Very well.
What's the first letter?
A.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. Of all people?
Imagine. Heavy. They're heavy on the side.
Is the last letter to their name O?
No. They have two names that people know them by. One, the first one starts with A, the other one starts with an S.
Okay, maybe I don't know who this is. It's fine. Type it out. Oh yeah. Oh, that's also the one that I was talking about. Oh. Okay. Oh, I thought you were talking about someone else.
Who do you think I'm talking about? Oh, that'll be fun. That would be hilarious.
The double standards in this room.
Oh,
God.
I'd love it. I'd actually love it. I would love it.
I'd have been like,
Yo,
what?
Mad. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but
same person.
yeah, same person.
So,
yeah, like, and that's okay. That's very okay. Like,
I mean, for me, I don't think it's okay, but it's fine.
why?
I mean, you can believe what you want to believe, but I think it's wrong.
Here's the thing. The same person actually pulled out a couple of videos by black people. Okay, in this context, by black people stating certain facts, like for example, how many actual killings have been done or have been perpetrated by cops towards black people in certain states. and like they pull numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is the truth, and this is whatever. And I didn't go into that because this is an emotional conversation.
It is very emotional.
You know,
Yeah.
so you just can't state it from a point of facts. We know that slavery is a thing. You just can't.
It is a thing.
Yeah, so you just can't be out here like, okay, these are the facts. These are the facts. Like, screw you. You know, be more objective. Like, tell that to your wife, bro, and see how that goes.
Then you'll know.
Yeah, then you'll know. But I do understand how your stand on it, like the impartiality, like
yeah, I'm glad they removed them, but I don't think they should have removed them, because it's a platform that should have been allowed because he can say what he needs to say from his point of view, which is the First Amendment of free speech. Obviously, the limits to the First Amendment, that's a whole other conversation. And as I'm not an American, so I don't think I have the full
comprehension or the right to talk about it.
As much.
Yeah.
But obviously, with the limitations, some what you said could be interpreted to have surpassed it, but that's to actually convict him or to say that what he said was outside of the First Amendment. You have to go to court, and that should be a whole thing. It can't just be like, it's not that out there or that obvious. Because he may have talked a lot of shit, but he kept it within a line, in a sense. Like, you could tell he was lying, but then that's why initially when they said all that thing of the election's been rigged, all this different thing, Twitter had the source is not confirmed, or the source, they had a warning. So they told you don't believe it, but because he can say what he wants to say, he can say whatever he wants to say. So obviously he's being banned as a consequence, but I don't think it was the right consequence.
Okay, I
Let's say
understand.
people who believed in him 70 plus million, but he can say what he needs to say. Most leaders talk shit
From everywhere. Yeah.
So I guess maybe being holding America to a high standard, fine, but America is a third world with a Gucci belt anyway.
Third world in a Gucci belt.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's a third world country with a Gucci belt.
I still don't get it.
It's like you have a Gucci. Gucci belt is like the thing where everyone's bragging about it, but it could be a trash person, but I have a Gucci belt kind of thing.
Okay.
So like American people say it's American, it's an amazing country, but it's like,
oh yeah,
the way it looks,
yeah,
how things work, it looks like a third world country.
Okay. Now I get it.
Yeah.
Now I get it. Okay. I understand you, but I am for I'm for him being indefinitely banned, and the reason why I am is because whether we like it or not, there are things that we need to mitigate to avoid like certain consequences that we do know for a fact that to some degree America is like burning. Like when I say burning, I mean it's not in the best of
shape.
Yeah.
For the past 4 years.
Right? So
I wonder why.
Right? So if this person is still given the freedom to instigate things that will definitely lead to even a worse state of the country, then I think somebody should step in, whether we like it or not. If we're okay with the possible anarchy that may come from him or any leader in the world inciting their, strong following, if we're good with that, then I do know for a fact very many countries in the world, not only America, but very many countries in the world right now would be in a worse state than they are. And just to get this off the table, there are countries in Africa that are going through a lot because their leaders keep torturing and just taking their citizens and the people under them through a lot of things.
Like Uganda.
Yeah, like what is happening? Like why, bruv?
Have you seen what's going on?
Yeah,
Mad.
like
Museveni?
why?
Museveni?
Like why,
Guy.
bruv? Like
But sometimes you just sit down and you just look at Kenya. You can hate on Kenya. It's like,
yeah, you
yo,
can.
fuck this government. Why we should be under trees? You just look over the border. You're like,
But we good.
it honestly could be worse. It honestly could be worse.
You really
And then
good.
you look at
right?
Rwanda. You're like, this must be nice. Must be nice.
But the leader there is not. No jokes.
Yeah, Kagame is no joke.
Yeah, he does not
But
play
Rwanda
around.
is no jokes as well.
Yeah.